I'm about to solve a major source of frustration in your relationship, which is why won't she be on time? Like, why can we not just be on time? Why is your woman never on time? I'm going to share with you what's going on there so that you can help your woman be on time and save yourselves a ton of bickering. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula and I help men master their S3X energy so you can become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. I help men have amazing marriages, have amazing relationships. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you send me a message. You can get my link and contact information below, and we could jump on a call and chat. Now, one of the frustration points for men is, why is she never on time? And what is going on with that? Well, let's first of all break that down a little bit, okay? First of all, the more that you understand male and feminine energy, or masculine feminine energy, the more a lot will be revealed to you of why things are the way they are, okay? Masculine energy, so men, we are very logical. We are very generally on task, on point. We like to be efficient. All right. So therefore, we have less going on in our minds when it comes to carrying out our day. You know, it's like, be at work at 9 o'clock. You're at work at 9 o'clock. You know, you have an hour. You're very logical. And because of that, it makes you very efficient, especially if you're really in your masculine. This is where money is made. This is where industry thrives. That's why, you know, so many, you know, we're talking about, oh, we're going into recession. You know, largely we can look at a recession as a lack of masculinity, because only with masculine energy is there really production and efficiency. Okay, so by nature's design, you have less to think about because you are like a hunter. This is where I'm going. I'm going to go get it. Like when I go shopping compared to when Sarah goes shopping, it's a different experience. When I go into a store, I just go get what I want and I leave the store. When Sarah goes into a store, she likes to browse. There's a much more browsing kind of thing going on. And there's like, oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. And this is why if you go into a mall, you see women inside the store and you see men sitting outside the store like waiting for them. Why? Why? Because in a man's mind, this is just the biggest waste of time because it's so inefficient. But in a woman's mind, it's not about efficiency. She's not thinking efficiency. She's like, I'm just looking. I'm browsing. And she's enjoying the process. So same thing when you're about to leave the house or whatever else you're doing and need to be on time. What's happening is the masculine mind is going, okay, we said we're going to leave at this time and we're going to move forward. The feminine mind is doing her nurturing thing where she's going, okay, but are the kids taken care of? And, oh, wait, I got to send a message to so-and-so. And do I have my coat? And do I have my bag? And do I have this? And do I have that? So let's go back to when we're hunter-gatherers. And it's the same thing. The men are going and hunting and they're like, we got to go and we have to be on time and we have to get there because that's how we're going to catch, you know, we're going to catch the whatever we're going to catch, right? The boar or whatever you're hunting, right? The women had a more, let's say, they didn't have so much of a time to go with, right? They could go and, hey, make sure the kids are okay, make sure that we're going to go and we're going to browse and we're going to gather as many berries and we're going to gather resources and we're going to sit together and we're going to chat and we're going to, you know, cook and we're going to do these things. So that same psychology is playing out. That same instinct is playing out in most scenarios, and this in this world where we've been taught that men and women are the same and that we can all do the same thing. It's not true. The reality is we're complementary to each other. We complement each other. So men, you often get frustrated because she's actually acting like a woman. And you're kind of pissed because you're like, this is inefficient. This is not good. And women get frustrated with their men because you're like, why don't you want to come shopping with me? Or why don't you want to do these things with me? It's because it's not our nature to do it. Now, it doesn't mean we shouldn't do those things or we can't learn to do those things or do it out of love, but it is not our inherent nature to do those things. So when it comes to being on time, first of all, as men, we generally have a high value on time because we have a high value on efficiency. And I know for me, it would frustrate me when we're not on time, not because we're not on time, but I interpret it as being disrespectful. And that's what you want to get down to, is why are you frustrated? And this goes true for both men and women. What are you actually frustrated about? And for me, I recognize what I'm actually frustrated about is that I value time. I'm very aware that time is limited on this planet, and I feel that you not being on time or us showing up late to things is disrespectful and not valuing people's lives. Like, I take it as you are not valuing my life because I have limited time and you don't seem to care. So you need to get down to, why are you really frustrated within your relationship? And if that's the issue of time, like not being on time, what's really going on? Once you get down to the real why of what's going on, then you can deal with it and then you can communicate it. But if you communicate just on the surface level, well, you're not on time and, you know, it's pissing me off and you got to just be on time, then you're only talking about the superficial reason of why you're actually pissed. You yourself might not even know. That's why when I'm frustrated or any feeling off, these days, I generally, before I go and communicate my feelings, let's say, right, or I'm going to go have a chat, I actually, because I'm practiced in meditation and through the S3X Alchemy course that I teach, you'll become more and more self-aware. I actually, as best as I can, go, why am I actually upset? Or why am I actually frustrated? And you know, 99 times it has nothing to do with her. It has something to do with my perception of what's happening and my misunderstanding or me wanting to control the situation. So once you get to this level as a man, 99% of your arguments are going to disappear because you're going to start to respect the feminine energy and not control it. You're just going to be like, okay, that's the feminine energy. And there's a place for it. Now, does it mean you should show up late? No. This is where good communication happens, and this is where you can begin to help your woman be on time, or in any other aspect of life, become more efficient so you guys can move things forward. Is, first of all, ask her, what can I do to alleviate some of the things that you need to think about? So here's something that I started doing. I recognize that one of the things is, okay, let's say we're going to pack all the bags, right? We're packing all the bags and we're going out. Well, one of the things that I can do to alleviate that is, because I'm generally ready before she is, generally, not always, but you know, generally I'm ready, I can just go and start packing the car. That gives her one less thing to think about. What else needs to happen? Oh, I need to have, you know, I need to have my makeup done. I need to have my coat on. I need to have, okay, great. Start to communicate very clearly what you mean by on time is. Okay, we're leaving the house at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock means in the car. Define it. Because, you know, I was at a buddy's house and they were like, he's like, are you ready? She's like, yeah. So in a man's mind, when you say, are you ready? It means you're ready to leave, not, yeah, and I'm still doing things. Because in a man's mind, now you're just lying. Well, no, you're not ready. You're saying you're ready, but you're not. So don't lie to me, because I'm clearly looking at you not being ready, right? Just say the truth. No, I still need five minutes or whatever. So ask your woman what needs to happen for her to be ready and how you can help in that. Is there anything that you can do to alleviate the amount of things that she needs to think about? And one of the best ways to do it is be planned. And men, that's on you generally. You're the planner, right? You're the logical one, right? You're the one who's efficient. It means you're the strategic thinker, generally. So be strategic about it. Say, okay, we're leaving tomorrow morning early. Well, maybe start packing the night before so there's less things to do. And then define what leaving means. Okay, 9 a.m. means in the car, packed, turn on the car, and we're gone. Okay, so you guys are in agreement. Then it's 9 o'clock, you're in the car, you're good to go. Now, if you're not, this is where you have to approach it and let her know why you're upset and why you don't want to tolerate it anymore. And then this could be a working progress. It might not change overnight, but if you are helping her and you're showing her that this is important to you, this is why it's important to you, and you're helping her. Here's what not to do. Don't just stand at the door getting frustrated, being pissed off. Because then she may not even understand why you're pissed off, or she may downplay it. It's not a big deal. Everybody's late. You're like, well, I'm not everybody. I'm a high value man. So if you want everyday man, then go be with an everyday man and you can be late and you can whatever you want to do. But if you're going to be with a high value man, then you also have to step up. But you have to lead by example. So in a way, you have to be on time. So I know I'm not always on time either. So first of the work is always internal. I got to be on time, and I got to be on time consistently. Now, things happen, of course, but if you're on time 95% of the time, then you're setting the standard, and don't budge from that standard. That's your job as a man. You set the standard, because at the end of the day, it's the standard you set that everyone else is going to rise up to. So don't sell yourself short and start diminishing your standard. Hold the bar high. You're a high value man. Hold the bar high, but have the patience and be a leader, a servant leader, and help your people, whether your wife, whether your kids, whether your employees, whether your staff, and help them rise up to that bar. The more you help and take on a spirit of how can I help, how can I serve, then she will naturally reciprocate that and start wanting to please you in a way. So she'll start to want to be on time because she sees it's important. And she'll start recognizing that it actually works a lot better, that there's benefit. You know, people don't respect people's time. Like, they show up late and they don't even acknowledge it, or they don't apologize. And we often say it's no big deal, but it is, because anybody knows that you don't trust the person who can't keep their word. And so as you are keeping your own word, you become more trustworthy, and naturally people around you will recognize, shit, I better step up so that I can also be on the same vibe as this person. It's not easy. It's simple, but not easy. And the real key is to stay calm and help, as opposed to just being frustrated and full of resentment. Or why the resentment normally comes in is because you settle. You're like, oh, okay, well, that's just it. No. It's not just it. You can hold the standard, but you have to have patience and help your people rise up to the standards which you're holding. But don't ask anybody to hold a standard that you're not holding yourself. 95% of your problems in your relationship will go away. Your resentments, your frustrations, your bickering, as you yourself balance holding a high standard and holding a space of love and compassion. And it's that balance of masculine, feminine within ourselves as men that really allow a space of growth and a space of harmony and harmonious relationships. One of the reasons that most men don't become successful in this life is because they're unable to create harmonious relationships. And you cannot create a harmonious relationship unless you develop a servant mindset. All right, I hope that helps you. Leave any questions, by the way, or comments about maybe any relationship challenges you're having. I'd love to do specific videos on it so that it helps you directly. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.